Thank you very much, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. I have been in Delhi, India, for a few days, and I always enjoy my time in India. Maldives and India have had very strong and very prosperous relations for a very, very long time. We read the same books, we watch the same films, we eat the same food, and we have many similarities in our culture as well. So the relationship is actually from people to people, not necessarily just government to government. You know that in South Asia, this happens a lot. When governments change, we swing from one side to the other. But I think that it is important that we maintain our foreign policy in a straight line. It's been unfortunate that the new government has come with they have inherited an anti-Indian sentiment that was a rhetoric that they used in the elections. But I believe once we settle down, once the government settles down, they would understand the intricacies of governance, and therefore our foreign policy and our relations with India would go business as usual. I'll give you a very good example. When the president of the Maldives wanted Indian military personnel to leave, you know what India did? They did not twist their arms, they did not display muscle, but just simply told the government of Maldives, okay, let's have a discussion on that. That's the action of a responsible superpower. That is not bullying. It's not only money. In 1988, when there was a coup attempt in the Maldives, India came and flushed the coup, brought back the government again. And again, when there was our water supply system in Mali broke down, and again we were supplied with water by India. The COVID came. We got the vaccine through India. India has been there for the, first call of assistance. So I do not think that any Maldivian would misunderstand these things. It's very unfortunate that President Moise had these discussions. I would call him to please stop these discussions on the donor flight and the helicopters. They were brought to the Maldives for medical evacuation. And there is a need for medical evacuation. Our islands are far-flung, and we don't have developed hospitals on every island. So there is very often a need to bring a patient to Mali, and to do that quickly would be by air. So we need that. I don't think it's a defense agreement. I think Dr. Moise wanted to buy some equipment, mainly rubber bullets and tear gas. It's very unfortunate that the government thought that there is a need for more tear gas and more rubber bullets. Governance is not through the barrel of the gun. Governance is strengthening your democracy, rule of law. You don't need these non-lethal weapons, as they say, to use against your own people. There is no need for that. It has impacted a lot. And, I am actually here in India. I'm very worried about this. I want to say the people of the Maldives are sorry. We are sorry that this has happened. Indian people, we want Indian people to come on their holidays to the Maldives, and there will not be any effect on any change in our hospitality. So it's very unfortunate that our kind of more activist-minded government officials, low-level government officials, decided to articulate in this manner. Then I am also encouraged that the president has now removed them from government. So I think these matters must be ironed out, and we must revert back, change course, and go back to our usual relationship. Well, there are a lot of Chinese loans. Different Chinese entities have given loans to the Maldives. These loans were spent on projects that the price of the project was very high to the extent that the business plan fails. When the business plan fails, you can't pay back the loan from that infrastructure, or may it be infrastructure, or may it be anything. everything must have a business plan. And if that doesn't work out, it's going to be difficult to pay the loan back. And when we can't pay the loan back, they ask for sovereignty. And with sovereignty, they ask for equity. With equity, we lose sovereignty. So this is very, very crucial. We have to be very mindful about this. We always have to get the best price. We can't sell our assets at, lower prices. We can't do work at higher prices. As I said, India has been our neighbor for all the time, and in good weather and bad weather, in all seasons. And we have been India's friends at all times. And I'm sure the people of the Maldives will remain as India's friends for more years to come. Well, I met the Prime Minister last night. We were in the same conference. The Prime Minister wished us all the well. And I wish the Prime Minister well. I am a huge supporter of the Prime Minister. And I wish the Prime Minister all the best. I think India will find a low carbon development strategy that would showcase to the rest of the world that you do not have to cut down your forests to become prosperous, that you can take care of nature while prospering. And I think India is already doing that, and we are very encouraged that India is in line with the Paris Agreement. Well, I think the government is very isolated, and I do not see the government winning a majority. I think there's 2-3 other parties. The Democrats probably would come with a handsome amount of votes, seats. I'm sure MDP is also going to get a good amount of seats, and President Yamin's party is also going to, I think, get a good amount of seats. So I do not see the government coming with a majority. Thank you.